Since the World Cup is currently ongoing, it only makes sense I spin back and cover the remaining episodes of the Inazuma 11 World Cup. The football sports anime where kids summon stands, create black holes, and shoot literal key blasts. Anyways, let's cut the yapping and get straight into the meat and potatoes, because I know you guys have been waiting for this one for a very long time. I've been getting hounded in comment sections, in Instagram DMs, on Marvel Rivals. You guys have been trying to get me to cover this for the longest, so here it is. In the last video on my main channel, we finished off with Inazuma Japan beating the Koreans to secure their spot as the representatives of the Asia region. Axel's dad also allowed him to keep playing football, so it's just all around W's. Sean sadly got injured, so he has to stay behind. This is really what the Paraguay players wanted to do to the France players, and Jordan has been dropped from the team because he simply wasn't good enough. His stamina was low-key buns. Even though they are ongoing, it's not like they are permanently off the team, as they can always pull up once they've recovered. Fast forward and they've officially made it to the island where the World Cup is being held. This would be so tough. Imagine being a teenager and being flown out to participate in an international tournament. When Mark gets to his hotel, he gets a letter from a situationship Nelly. I thought she was finally gonna make a move, but nah, she drops an atomic bomb on us, telling him that his grandpa is still alive. What? When I was a kid, I was flabbergasted. For years now, they've been telling us Mark's grandpa is dead and Ray Dog was somehow involved in his murder. I'm not even joking. To put it into perspective, this would be the equivalent of finding out Jiraiya is still alive. But matter of fact, this would be the equivalent of finding out Senku's dad Byakuya was somehow still alive. 8-year-old me was in shock for a whole week. Nelly says she's been investigating what happened, and long story short, bro basically faked his death on some eyes and timing. Mark seemed completely unfazed though somehow. That just perfectly describes his character. He's just happy he might see his granddad again. Anyways, Mark goes out into the city to look for a giant tire so he can continue his training. Whilst he's chasing after it, he runs into the captain of the Italian team, Paolo. His ball gets stuck on the truck Mark was running after, so they both begin sprinting after it, and this guy is genuinely moving like Rock Lee, somehow actually managing to catch up. But as that happens, the tire falls out the truck, so Mark uses God Hand to stop it. And look bruh, I know I said these guys probably are on the same level of strength as My Hero Academia characters, but they genuinely might be stronger. The average tractor tire weighs like 1,000 pounds, and this 14-year-old stopped it with one hand without even breaking a sweat. God Hand isn't even in his top 5 strongest moves. I'm telling you, Mark Evans could probably handle Prime Shigaraki. The truck driver steps out, and this guy is so sus. Look at the color scheme. It's exactly the same as Mark's. Surely this isn't... Nah. It can't be. There's no way. No way they're playing in our face like this. Anyways, fast forward and it's the opening day ceremony. The first team to walk out is Brazil, led by Mac Rabingo, the king of Fantasia. Next up is the Italian team led by Paolo, the White Meteor. And if this was up to date, we know damn well the Italian team would not be included in this. They haven't qualified for the World Cup since the Obama administration. The next team is Argentina, led by Terence Toru, aka the Iron Wall. And again, if this was law accurate, you know damn well not a single black person would be on the Argentinian team, let alone be their captain. If you know their history, you know. After that, we get some English representation led by none other than the femboy Harry Kane. I mean Edgar Valentinas, the Queen's Knight. Inazuma 11 is going hard with these nicknames, I can't even lie. After that, it's our boys from Japan, Inazuma 11 led by Mark Evans. Then we got Cameroon, and they deadass don't say a single word about them. They didn't even show us their face. This is how old they be introducing villains 700 chapters before they appear. Straight silhouettes. After that, it's my birth country America, led by team captain Mark Kruger. But I couldn't care less about bro, because my goats, Eric and Bobby, made it into the American national team, bro. I'm deadass tearing up voice recording this right now. This shit means something to me, man. Anyways, that's all the countries who made it past regional qualifiers, and I'm just getting so hyped. It's 10 teams split into 2 groups of 5, with the top 2 of each group advancing to a 4-team final. Japan's group is Italy, Argentina, America, and England, and I'm not gonna lie, if this was real life, it would have been chips. I don't see Japan going through over Argentina or England, especially Argentina. You know how they be rigging their games? Come on now. They might got a chance against the US though, and they probably beat the brakes of Italy. They start their mini training arc to get acclimatized to the island. They also got an invitation from the English team to attend some sort of party, but Mark was out having a kickabout with some of the other top tier players in their group. They are clearly worth the hype as they are pulling out some insane moves. Sylvia comes to get him when we get some sort of Disney fairy tale type action going on here. Mark is truly a shonen protagonist at the heart. He don't even realize the type of game he's displaying, a true natural. Anyways, they arrive at the party and this man Mark is wearing his entire football kit. Kami introduces the captain of the England team to Mark, and this guy is a certified dickhead. He laughs at Mark and makes fun of him for the way he looks in a suit. Damn, they really nailed the average person from the UK with this one. Everyone over here is perpetually angry because the sun doesn't shine. That's what the lack of vitamin D does to the body. You start tweaking out like Benson over the smallest inconvenience. Mark doesn't fall for the rage bait though. He must have watched Vinland Saga. So Edgar tells Mark that he probably can't even stop a single one of his shots. You already know that got Mark going, so they get up. Let the squabble commence. commence. Edgar wastes no time and goes to pop ult. He flicks the ball into the air, takes up a Ginyu Force pose before doing a front flip into a full 90-degree axe kick as he yells out Excalibur. What in the Fate's Day night they got going on here? This man summoned the spirit of King Arthur himself to infuse the ball with a Kamehameha level beam. Mark used his strongest new move, but it's no good as Edgar smashes through it, winning the challenge. He tries to boast about it, but this is Mark we're talking about. He just kills him with kindness as he gets more excited about getting to face off against such strong opponents, truly in it for the love of the game. After another mini training arc, it's officially match day as Inazuma 11 face off against the English Knights. Mark is struggling mentally because that uncle he ran into earlier asked him why he only uses his grandpa's techniques, which got him second guessing his ability as a goalkeeper. Grams really wants Mark to come up with a whole new jutsu. Who does he think he is, the fourth Hokage? Jude, Xavier, Nathan and Thor in the midfield, Jack, Todd, Archer and Hurley in defense with Mark obviously in goal. And damn bro, I know he's like a borrow type wildcard, but I would have liked to see Caleb finally get a start after his man of the match performance against Korea. You guys already know what time it is. Say it with me. Let the squabble commence. Inazuma Japan kicks off with Jude passing the ball to Archer. He goes to pass it to Axel and Orochimaru? You're not slick bro. This man is out here looking for his next vessel. Someone knock this guy up. The English are shutting down all of Japan's attacks with zero effort. Got Broski over here using real life earthbending to stop Austin. They get the ball to Edgar who takes a long shot with his Excalibur, but they ain't the only ones with earthbenders on their team as Jack summons his mountain. Excalibur breaks through though, so Mark pulls out his Susanoo and this time actually manages to stop the ball. Had Subaru from Flagrant Flower blooms with dignity flabbergasted. If one of the defenders uses a support ultimate, they can actually shut down his power shots. Inazuma Japan goes for a counter, but England is playing prime Arsenal, Arteta and Yahoo Harambe. Every man behind the ball relying on nothing but counters. This is really how Ghana and Paraguay were playing during the World Cup. They snatch the ball and play quick tiki-taka football before passing it all the way back to Edgar, who's sitting damn near on the halfway line like Harry Kane. He goes for another Excalibur shot and I thought there was absolutely no way this had any chance of going in from that range, but Mark once again summons his stand, but this time Excalibur just breaks through it and sends him flying. That doesn't even make logical sense. That's when Edgar explains that his curse technique makes it so that the further away he is from goal, the more power his shot gets. What type of broken hack's ass ability is this? Ref, do something. He's using compound interest. This means that hypothetically speaking, if he stood in the Philippines and he shot this ball and then he aimed for Brazil, with the amount of time traveled, the ball would just continue to compound interest until it turned into a nuke. That's what I'm hearing. There seems to be no limit to this guy's power. That's when Travis calls Jude to the side and tells him that England's Harambe defense has a big flaw that they can exploit when Jude also figures it out. The Inazuma 11 magician gets them to use a different attack pattern where they lay the ball off to the person behind them and utilize Todd's Kilo Phantom Step dribble to take the ball upfield. They get the ball to Axel who evades the defense and goes to pop his fireball screw when this demon Edgar has dropped deep again to help out the defense. He's really the spitting image of Harry Kane. He has the ball by his own goal as he turns around like Midorima from Kuroko no Basket and says, "My range is the entire court," as he pops ult from across the map. Never in my life have I seen something so nonsensical. What do you mean you're taking a shot from your own goal? Even Isagi wasn't doing this. Jack tries to slow it down with the mountain, but Mark and his Jin equip were actually able to stop the ball. Sensational, but it comes at a cost as Jack has been knocked. I can't even blame him. He basically took 3 black flashes straight to the chest. Even Sukuna couldn't handle that. Coach Travis subs off Jack and brings on none other than Kevin, aka Dragonfly. Man, we ain't seen bro ball out since the tryouts. It really puts a smile on my face seeing the OG back on the pitch. They go for another 3-headed formation, but Edgar manages to read the play, which leaves an opening to Austin to run in behind, but he gets the ball intercepted by the God of War, who then gets the ball intercepted by Kevin, who goes for a pass to Axel. Axel lays it back off to Kevin, and bro instantly summons Veldora from that time I got reincarnated as a slime, as he smacks it past the English goalkeeper to make it 1-1. Welcome home, God. We missed you. The shot was so good, I almost forgot about that giant yam on your face. The English coach makes 4 substitutions, completely changing the formation of the English team. Yo, this is gonna be the most bullshit formation you've seen in the show yet. And why the hell is this 2'3" kid wearing a full boxing outfit on the pitch? Bro watched 1 episode of Hajime no Ippo and already forgot how to act. They are playing some sort of spear formation, but as they carry the ball upfield, my smile quickly begins to fade away because they are actually using their chakra to create a real-life energy beam. This is exactly what Omni-Man, Mark and Faders were on when they destroyed planet Veltrum. They bulldoze through the Japanese players as Edgar emerges out of it and whips out a whole new move called Paladin Strike to break through Mark's Fist of Justice to make it 2-1. This demon has a whole other move in his back pocket? This is really how it feels to fight against Sukuna. Ah yes, my Paladin Strike. I haven't had to use this move since the Heian era when I played football against Japanese teenagers. It gets to halftime and Mark is struggling because he doesn't know how to stop Edgar. That's when Ankh from before comes in and basically tells him that being a goalkeeper doesn't mean he always has to stop the ball. What is it with Ankh's always giving this vague advice? Out here moving like Doc Hudson. Sometimes if you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right. Coach Travis decides to sub on the GOAT Caleb Stonewall. Immaculate. A Caleb and Jude double pivot. I want bro to be a regular so bad. I don't know what it is, man. I just like him. They kick off the second half and England goes to use their chakra spear again. But this time Caleb tells Archer to go for a space-time continuum ripping move to snatch the ball. W ball IQ. Caleb waited for the opening where Edgar needed to use his ult and got Archer to iframe his attack. They go for the attack and they Barcelona-style tiki-taka play it upfield as they send the ball to Xavier, who narrowly gets his meteor blade stopped by the England goalkeeper. Caleb picks up the ball again though and flicks it over to Austin, who copies Axel and jumps over the Marvel Rivals thing ult. Whilst in the air, he unlocks a whole new move as he shouts roadman breathing. First form, infinite knives, straight up penetrating the England goal, making it 2-2. Sensational. Inazuma Japan tries to close out the game with Kevin, who summons Shenron one last time, and I already thought they took it home, but this demon Edgar jumps in front of the Kamehameha and pops a counter ult and actually redirects the ball. Mark has a whole ballistic missile coming his way when Ankh's words replay in his head. Just because you're a goalkeeper doesn't mean you need to stop the shot. All he has to do is keep it out the net. Mark jumps into the air and creates a Tengen level barrier which absorbs the shock of the attack and redirects it to go over the bar. Sensational. It's the final moments of the game as Jude and Caleb take the ball upfield to generate another physics-defying black hole on the field. They get it to Axel and Austin, who combo ult, throwing out a perfect Tiger Storm to make it 3-2 in the final moments of the game. Absolute cinema. They took home the 3 points with the first game for the tourney. The goal scorers are Axel, Kevin and Austin, with Axel getting 2 assists and Caleb getting 1 assist. I'm going to cover the remainder of the World Cup on this channel with hopefully multiple videos per month, since you guys have been asking for it so much, but I don't feel like I can do all the videos in one video on the main channel. That would be like a 5-hour video, man. Like, like this is more sustainable and you guys get more content. So subscribe to this channel and subscribe to the main channel for more content. And yeah, YouTube thinks you like this video on screen next, so check it out. Peace.